Yay! Okay, so we are live, chat. So, guys, I'm here with a few people. First of all, my friend in the med school. You guys all know why I probably invited him because Trump and yeah, and so yeah, we have Smasher. Smasher, say hi. S Say hi, or I will beat you with a cane. I'm gonna whack you with a cane if you don't say hi. Say hi right now. Say hi. Wait, where's Smasher? Actually, is he dead?
He's muted, I think.
Oh no.
No, he's not muted. And say hi already. Say hi to chat.
Say hi right now, or I'm gonna
Not,
whack you. You bloody
not
wank.
return to him later. Return to him later, I guess.
Alright. And we also have our favorite British editor, Miles.
Yo, what's up, chat?
Yeah, I made sure he can't, do the following: curse, be racist, or be homophobic, do something like this. But
What
this.
do you mean be racist? I'm never racist. I tell people to pick up cotton all the time. I'm not racist.
He's not racist, chat. Well, whatever Miles says, he ain't racist.
No,
Trust.
he ain't racist, chat. Trust.
Yeah, no. No, who said that? About swearing, though. I guess I do that quite a bit.
Yeah.
But we can't say no words. We can't say no words.
Yeah, we can't say no words this stream.
No. No, you said no, Damon. We said we can't say no words, so you can't say no. So you're not allowed to say no.
Aw, dang it.
Alright.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure no one's gonna take advantage of the fact that I can't say no right now.
Damon,
No.
do you like big black Serbian men?
Uh,
Can you marry me for like religious purposes only? This is a complete joke, by the way. Before you say anything. Anyway.
Alright.
This is gonna be so chaotic.
For real.
Get no introduction.
Ooh, live
Alright.
stream.
Yeah, you still have to say hi to chat, Matthew. You still
Yeah,
have to say
you
hi
still
to
have to
chat.
you still have to, say hi to chat.
Alright. This is gonna be so chaotic.
I'm hearing the stream from I'm pretty sure Smasher. Hold up, let me just.
No.
No.
You still have to say hi to chat, Matthew.
You still have to, say hi to chat.
This has gone back ages ago.
Who's listening to it?
I can hear it right now.
Smasher.
What?
Can you like mute it, cause like you are live right now, so I mean like you're not missing out on anything.
I know, I already quit.
All right. So okay, so Random Demon said hi. Yo, what's up? Even though you're up here, how you doing today?
I'm not doing too great as per usual, but I gotta make sure I can't be biased. We're not gonna say why.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably better for if none of us are really biased. Besides, well,
Yeah.
if you want to be, I don't really care. But it'd probably be better for.
Oh yeah. So yeah, but we don't know that because we're with Trump's biggest lover right now. We're with Trump's biggest fanboy, Damon. He is Trump's biggest fanboy. He simps for him. He
He's an orange.
Miles.
What do you mean?
Actually, if
Miles.
you're doing child friendly, I can't say that.
I mean,
You can't,
Let me-
sadly, you can't say that.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately, we have to be
Fun fact,
child friendly this
I
this
think-
stream.
wait, chat. I thought
Unfortunately, that's not my nature. Well, I can't express myself. Child friendly is not my nature, but I guess we have to make sacrifices.
Anyways, time to share the stream. Oh, Miles yaps. So yeah, I know it's up to you
Yip
right now,
yap,
Miles.
yip yap yap.
That's right. Keep yapping.
Yep. Yappy yappy yap. Oh yeah, guys, did you hear about yeah, England won 2 against Finland today. It was really good. The best team won.
Against the all-powerful England. Nice.
What do you mean? England won. You dumbass.
I mean, I said against the all-powerful Finland.
Good.
Yeah, like I
And
said.
Damon's just silent.
I love the white background of that country's flag. You know, it
What
just hits
country?
different. You know, and also the stripes they have on their flags. It also hits different. You know.
Yeah, England. Yeah, but the better country won. The red stripe won.
For real.
England clear. And to any Greek people watching, enjoy your first place on goal difference. It's going away on the 10th of October.
For real.
Why is it great?
Well, because you have to understand, we are not in European football politics. We are in the United States of Gosh America, so we do not care.
Well, you told me to yap. You told me to yap.
I'm not talking to you. I'm
Well,
talking about random
yapping.
Demon. Because she's
Oh.
like,
Did you
what?
start yapping already?
Anyways, I've shared it all. So yeah, now we're just kind of waiting for the debate to start, which well, let's see how it is currently, guys.
Of Democrats and other Democrats who might be rooting for that.
Oh,
that
good
is
Lord.
not the right strategy for the totality of this debate, because that 28% who want more information, who want to know more about her positions, that may not be what they're looking for.
Well, she has the most to gain or lose because she has 30%.
Yeah, you're not even talking yet, man. We have 28
Wait,
minutes.
did this go live at 2 then, my time? Yeah,
Oh.
it does. It does.
Oh, it does. Huh. Alright. But yeah, we have 28 minutes, chat. So what we're gonna do for the next 28 minutes of our lives is well,
Well, do you
Yeah?
want to play Gartic Phone? Let's play Gartic Phone.
let's
We're
play-
live,
Yeah.
so we
I wanna
we're
yap about
live,
random
so we
things.
can't.
Yes, we
What do you
can.
mean? We said we can. We just do what we're being on chat. Be child friendly.
Exactly.
Simple.
Okay, we're just child friendly. We'll do. Actually, no, I should not be the host. We should let Miles be the host. Hold up.
I don't trust Miles.
Gosh dang it.
Let me yap about something right quick. Fun fact of the day.
In one sec. Let me
I'm
thingy.
gonna look like a redhead, sadly.
We're on Gartic Phone. Remember, guys. No weird shit like we like to do. We have to be child friendly.
Alright.
You already swore.
Wait, when?
Yes. Yeah, I said ass. Is that really
Word.
such a bad word to say?
Nah.
Like I could have said a lot
Debate
worse.
I know.
Debates
What
and
you're
what
saying.
Go get
context.
some water. You guys start around without me. Let me go get some water.
Alright.
We're just
Bro's
wait
getting
for
some water
thingy
right
to
now.
join.
Yeah, he getting a bowl of water.
Yeah, bro's getting a bowl of water.
Oh, water.
Bottle of water. Alright, I'm just gonna. Oh, not wrong one. Okay, so what should we make this one?
I can hear someone aggressively typing.
Probably me.
Thankfully, which you may not think of me, I can actually do this child friendly.
Sorry.
What?
Max Verstappen versus Lewis Hamilton. Alright, Chad, I'm doing this on the PC, so let's try to draw them the best we can on the computer and not, because you know, this is gonna take forever. So we can probably do it, but like, you know, you already know how it is, you know? You know, chat?
Yo. Harry.
Alright, I'm gonna guess that Miles gave me this because, yeah, I'm taking guesses.
I think no, Damon got mine from what he said. Damon got mine. So you have had to got Damon's.
Alright.
Mine was really easy.
Also, Mimikyu, you forgot to introduce yourself. How would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm just a person,
Real.
nothing much. And I'm just a person who likes to anime and gets hired for a living.
You make the best character designs ever, for real, for real.
Get someone animate, kind of. Just takes a lot of work.
It makes me look like Cat in the Wall. What the fuck?
But yeah, no, you made my character design, so I'm proud of you. Yo, chat, what in the...
That looks more like a human nose. What the? Gibbity dop dop. Oh no, he told me I can't swear.
That's Alright. Yeah, we cannot swear today, chat. I'm sorry.
Guys, I'm going to say the F word.
Oh no.
Don't say that. Don't say a bad
Fudge.
no-no word. Don't
Fudge.
say a no-no word. We never want to see a
Fudge.
no-no word.
Yeah, fudge. Try about
Wow,
it.
that's
Fudge.
Frickle sticks.
What is this?
I did not finish mine, sadly, and I hate the fact that I didn't. I know hate is a strong word, but in this context, we're gonna have to use it.
Max to stop him if it's Lewis Hamilton.
Just hungry.
I try my best on PC. Don't
be racist. I'm a building. Oh my god, do you remember that joke I did one time on here? When I put don't be a building, I'm a racist.
I have to keep it PG.
Kitty. Black cat.
Black cat.
Well,
Cat noir.
Yeah, it's a black cat.
It's a black cat. There is discriminated against.
Damien gets mine because he'll understand why.
Let's see, okay. Let's see how much Wall chat. I think Wall's gonna be good, not gonna lie.
Wall.
Weiss is very accurate, but semi not accurate.
Dally.
So
Oh no. You know what? Nah, we gotta do this very accurately for Dell. We gotta do this very accurately for Dell.
Dal doesn't know anything. You already knew who it was.
I'm very bad at drawing, but it's okay. I don't need lessons anyway.
Please, thank you.
I'm okay at drawing PC.
No, I'm gonna draw this America flag in like the old flag way. Just because I can't fill 50 stars, I'm gonna do like the original 13 state design.
I'm okay at it, but like I'm not great.
Then the Mexico flag. You made me do a wall, and I can't. I don't know how to draw like sand, like stuff over a wall. So, guess I'm gonna have to draw both flags. And then I'm just gonna draw like a brown little circle.
Done, chat. All right, let's see. Yo, whoever's on yo what is up? Please comment. Please participate in the chat. I don't know. Ooh, I'm oohing. I don't know. Okay.
What do you mean Ubering? Oh god, which cringe. I smell cringe. Poor chat. I feel so bad with chat now. You saying Uruing? I feel so bad for chat. Poor chat. Chat deserves better.
We still have a solid 19 minutes before the debate starts. Alright.
Well, I guess this gives us something to do.
Yeah, we're just gonna be going Gartic for the next few minutes of our lives.
Probably the only time we'll ever play Gothic Phone where we don't diabolically insult each other.
Yay! Or actually, boo. Iffy. Is that Bella the Wolf? Oh yeah, W.
I can't spell, by the way, so there will be some spelling mistakes. I'm gonna grab my chicken because I'm hungry. Ah,
Damon roasting Bella the Wolf for the 100th time. For the 1000th time, my bad. Man, I roasted her more than Pet Good. Dang.
Literally.
Wall.
Yeah, I did the
Mexico.
America flag, Damon. Damon, look, I did the America flag. Do you notice?
13 colonies.
How did? Do you have any flag knowledge? Buy some L flag knowledge there.
Smasher. You're Italian, no?
he's still
Yeah,
not here.
Smasher's now Italian.
Yeah. More people are joining the chat.
Italy, the country south of the United States of
No,
America.
you did not. You actually drew.
What
I
the
didn't expect you to like. You immediately got it, by the way, right? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I got it.
yeah.
Let's see. Chat. What are we gonna do? Chat. Changas. I hope I spelled it right, Chad. If not, I deserve the hate. Because I love my
You
chimichangas.
can't spell. That is perfectly okay.
What Mimi/Demon makes Gotcha the silly boy Damon. What?
What? Alright.
Uh,
Oh
okay, I guess
man, I'm
I'm
gonna have
just
to.
wrong.
Oh man, poor me. Okay,
And
hold
then,
up.
oh, my mouse is not mousing today. This is not a touchscreen.
Oh no, well, I guess I'll just draw this.
Alright.
Is it block with?
Actually, also I'll have to draw like that. Okay.
Okay. if I just-
Oh no.
There we go. This might take me a little while. Didn't mean to do that.
Oh gosh, dang it. Hold up, chat. Hold up. We can do this. Trust me. And if not, well, boo hoo. Messing up is perfectly okay in art, you know? You know, this is Gartiphone, this is this word. There's not really much art to it, but who cares? Alright. Bow, 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 boo, boo, boo.
I cannot draw today. That is very bad.
Yeah, every drawing Gothic phone is bad anyway. So you're not alone.
Well, besides Foxy, he's the goat.
Yeah, he like the one guy can draw go.
Hey, yo, wait, what?
Wait, what on earth? I get in the put.
I can't draw today. If someone got something that looks like Spider-Man, don't question it today. I'm too tired for this.
Oh no, I'm just gonna put what I say.
Alright. Damon losing 9-0 in FC Mobile. I tried.
The what?
Demo of chimichangas.
I cannot tell today. I had a very
I
hard
thought
time.
Deadpool for a minute, but it looked more like Spider-Man.
Well,
Hey, did I accidentally spell balloon wrong? Or whatever.
Maybe. Hey, yo, what?
Hey,
what? What?
Ah.
are you not being done?
Wait, hold up. You know what? Let's do something nice for Smasher today. Even though he's muted.
Oh, Miku.
Oh, no,
How do you draw Miku again?
no,
Oh, I'm gonna have to go and search her up.
Chippy chips. Fresh on my plate. Every single day, yo. I think straight.
Oh, that's Miku. That's how I draw.
This is not gonna
No,
go really well.
I guess I'll make this nice for. I guess I'll make this okay for Damon. Because Damon simps for us so much, from what I remember.
Hey, yo, wait, what? You're not raw. Even though I'm on. Alright. Alright, now time to draw the fish, chat. Let's see if we can draw the fish.
In fact, this is turning out so wrong. I'm hating life constantly. I don't know. How am I supposed to draw this? I know I got Damien's, but I don't know how to draw this.
Well, Zen has black hair, and they both simp for each other, but Zen, well, yeah, no, they simp for each other. Like, I mean, they simp badly for each other. I'm sorry, I gotta say this, Smash. You and her, I have heard those messages. You were very much simps for each other, and also Miles is muted now.
Yeah, I had to mute myself earlier.
No, I'm back. Can I just move myself a little bit?
Man, did you hear what I just said? I said Smasher and Zen are
I
very heavy
heard
simps for each
what
other.
you said. Don't worry. Don't worry, game. I heard what you said.
I mean, am I wrong? All right.
I'm like, I'm surprised my mom didn't take notice that she was like, wait, who's that talking?
Alright, chat. The debate's gonna happen in about 10 minutes. So, like, next round has to be the last one.
Yeah, that's fun.
We could try to do 2 rounds of,
Maybe. Poor fish.
what that fish do?
Oh god, I hope the
I
whole
hate it.
live
I didn't
right
know how to
now.
draw this. That was very difficult. I hate my mind.
Hey, yo, wait, what? Hey, yo, hey, sir.
Hey, wait. What?
At least I got a round of Matthew in.
Yay!
Right, one last round.
Alright.
No, actually, no. Whatever.
Nah. Gotcha,
If you
Rangers.
saw the Minecraft movie trailer, you'll know what this is.
Oh, I know how to draw this.
Yo, I'm gonna search this guy up.
Spooderman Damon. No, we have Spooderman Damon chat. We have
No, not
Spooderman Damon.
Hojo. What, did I just draw a black guy? What, did I just draw a guy in black clothing with white hair?
Spooderman Damon chat. We have Spooderman Damon.
Oh, no. You may have my number, you can tell my name, but you'll never let this go. And we fuck.
Alright, now we're drawing a visual smasher.
I think I might
Alright.
have accidentally sweared. Like, I think I accidentally said a swear word while yawning.
I don't know if I heard. I don't know if I. I don't think. I don't think. I don't. I did not hear you.
You know the F word, but this time it wasn't fudge.
Hey, you. Wait. Nah. I didn't hear you, so you're probably fine.
Yeah, I kind of yawned a bit while saying it, so it's hopefully for you it'll be unnoticeable. Maybe I should go to sleep. No, I'm gonna do it for a bit. No, if I still got a little bit, let's make his hair a bit more thingy. There we go. Here. Oh my god! Imagine if Matthew's been idle this time.
Oh no, it's not him.
Type.
It's me. I was having to draw a
Oh.
lot of things.
Okay, what is this?
I am Steve. Many men. Many men.
What? Nah! This is Miles! I'll put it flat and say that! Miles!
What? I don't know. It's me.
So let me get this straight. Does yours start with Damien by any chance? Cause yes, then well...
No, it doesn't start with Damon.
Matthew.
I'm scared.
I'm sorry this introduces a bit of racism, but it's all I could think of for this.
Wait, what?
Oh, you'll see when the thing
Alright.
comes up.
Alright.
I hear it's not done.
I got lazy with this. I don't know if I should grab my chicken or not. You know what? I'm gonna go grab my chicken.
I had
Right.
chicken earlier. I had chicken strips and
Live
chips. It
commentary
was
mode,
very
that's
fun.
crazy. Yo, chat, what? So,
Ow!
oh, you good?
Yeah, my idiot just flicked my wall, and now my wing hurts a little bit.
Aw, dang.
Well, my wing will hurts. Let's wait for random demon to come back, and then we'll start.
Alright.
Are you back yet?
Yes.
Not you,
Yes.
random demon.
Huh?
Well, I'm glad you're back,
Alright, you're
Smasher.
back now.
We love you, man.
Alright, she's back now.
I'm
Alright,
Steve.
I'm Steve.
Many men have upon me, but my eyes know I can't see. I'm coming to president when I'm destined to be.
Gotcha, Ranters. Yeah, you'll see what I mean.
We don't want them here. Hey, you! What did
Shut up.
I don't want to show that's supposed to represent. I'm sorry.
What
I
did
don't know.
Smasher do to you, man? What did Smasher do to you?
What? What? You gave me that prompt. What was I supposed to do?
You got bucket of chicken. You don't know what to do.
We just made an anime version of himself.
Eat a bucket of chicken.
Oh god.
Did a bait reaction.
Oh god. When Damon sees my prompt.
Look at the no, guys, don't skip this. Look at the picture. Look at the picture.
No, look at what. Yeah, look for my prompt. Look at my prompt.
Damon drooling at
Bro.
lesbians.
Bro.
I don't blame him.
Bro.
But no, look at this. We have Smasher and a portrait of Zen. That is prime right there. That's prime. I don't even care. That's Smasher prime right there.
Alright. Let's. Alright, well, you. Alright, so then you say this was last round.
Yep.
Alright, let's
Because-
leave the game.
Leave activity. All right.
Alright, do I go on stream then?
Yep. So we have 3
Well, let me-
minutes. 3 minutes of
Let me go grab my
Chilling.
bucket of chicken. Let me go grab my bucket of chicken.
Alright.
Did you get KFC?
Mexico versus
No,
Canada begins, so I have to leave call now.
I'm sorry. What? Matthew, what are you doing?
He's
Oh,
even.
leave it?
He's watching the footy. What you? What? I watched England versus Finland. He's allowed to watch Mexico versus Canada.
Dang. The Mets kid's leaving before Trump gets on screen. That's crazy.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna have it here on standby. So if I yell like a maniac, you probably know why.
That's fine.
And if he cries like a maniac, we also know why.
Because Canada is crazy.
I mean, to be fair, we have Alfonso Davies
I mean, yeah.
and Jonathan David.
All right.
Alright, guys. So,
And Stefano Stacchio, he's very good.
let's see. Hold up. Let me just get all my props in a place where I can reach all of it. Bing bong. I don't know why we need a Santa hat, but you know what? I have it, so we're gonna keep the Santa hat.
What? What? It's not even Christmas. Why are you putting your Santa hat on? It's not even Christmas.
Gosh dang it. If it drops below 70 in Florida, it's Christmas already.
No, it's not Christmas, Damon. It's not Christmas.
Ho ho ho! I'm Santa Claus! Oh.
Damon is getting bullied. He just doesn't know it yet. Ho ho. Now. If you want to know what that was, just watch IDK Sterling. You'll get what the joke was from.
Alright.
Oh, less than a minute now. I'm going to have a very nice fart. Oh, that's very nice.
British hat. British hat.
British hat is a top hat.
What is this then?
Alright.
Oh, this is a pirate hat. My
Chat,
bad.
I got my chicken.
Tricorn. That's what it's a
I got my
tricorn.
chicken. And we ready.
The most beautiful pirate hat I've ever seen in my whole Western life. I am Captain of
That's
my
very
pirate.
nice tricorn, you know. That's a very nice tricorn.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the official name, ain't it? A tricorn.
I'm pretty sure. 16, 15, 14, chat. All right, guys. You know
Turn
what?
up the volume. I can't hear shit.
Folks will be watching carefully.
He's now
I know I
first
muted it
Oh,
candidate now.
until now.
Okay.
Oh, dang
we
it.
will be back with you. It's the top of the hour now, 9 o'clock on the East Coast here in New York and in Philadelphia, the room where it's about to happen. We're just seconds away now from tonight's first and perhaps last presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump.
As we've noted, this will be the first time these candidates have met in person, and it's happening on a debate stage. Also, the first debate since President Biden left the race over the summer, and Harris became the Democratic nominee. A lot has happened in a very compressed period of time.
Yes, it has, and we have a few moments until the debate starts. We will join it. ABC
Mickey
News
from the Hood
is
and also
broadcasting it, but
Squishy
we will
Mellow.
simulcast it right here in its entirety. It's taking place at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia.
And like June's debate, there will be no audience tonight. The candidates' microphones will be muted while the other one is talking. Each candidate will get 2 minutes for answers. There will be closing statements, but no opening statements. So we expect them to probably mix it up rather early in this as they stake out their positions and we get a sense of where all this is going.
And the mics are muted when the other is talking. So let's take you to Philadelphia now and the first presidential debate of 2024.
Let's go.
Good evening, I'm David Muir, and thank you for joining us for tonight's ABC News presidential debate. We want to welcome viewers watching on ABC and around the world tonight. Vice President Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump are just moments away from taking the stage in this unprecedented race for president.
And I'm Lindsay Davis. Tonight's meeting could be the most consequential event of their campaigns, with Election Day now less than 2 months away. For Vice President Kamala Harris, this is her first debate since President Biden withdrew from the race on July 21st. Of course, that decision followed his debate against President Donald Trump in June. Since then, this race has taken on an entirely new dynamic.
And that brings us to the rules of tonight's debate. 90 minutes with 2 commercial breaks. No topics or questions have been shared with the campaigns. The candidates will have 2 minutes to answer questions, and this is the clock. That's what they'll be seeing. 2 minutes for rebuttals and 1 minute for follow-ups, clarifications, or responses. Their microphones will only be turned on when it's their turn to speak. No pre-written notes allowed. There is no audience here tonight in this hall at the National Constitution Center. This is an intimate setting for 2 candidates who have never met.
President Trump won the coin.
Intimate? What?
Not like that, not like that, not like that, not like that, not like that.
It has probably has more meanings than one. It probably has more meanings than the one that you're thinking of, Dirty Mind. You dirty-minded boy.
I have seen too many gotcha heaters in my day, guys. Not gonna lie.
You've been on try too much, Damon. That's what it is. You've been on try too much.
No, you.
I mean, no, me.
Love you too.
Why is even
He chose to deliver the final closing statement of the evening. Vice President Harris selected the podium to the right.
So let's now welcome the candidates to the stage. Vice President Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
You see, have fun.
Thank you.
Welcome to you both. It's wonderful to have you. It's an honor to have you both here tonight.
Good evening.
surprised he's not wearing a
We are looking
bandage.
forward to a spirit.
That smile is so fake, and at least he's showing his real emotion. But that smile is so fake. Deep down, she's thinking, this guy is such a big, fat orange.
Don't have to be on the live. Can I not just watch this so I don't have to deal with the pausing?
Wow.
Why can't we just get on with it? Yeah, that's the bad thing about you. I just want to get on with it.
I want to begin tonight with the issue that voters repeatedly say is their number one issue, and that is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid. And I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing, and the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes for their children. My passion, one of them, is small businesses. I was actually, my mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a $50,000 tax.
I am hearing two versions of my stream at once. Okay, Smasher, what are you?
It's Miles. I'm telling the truth, it's Miles.
Yeah, it's me.
Chat, why? Why?
Because you just keep on pausing it.
Brother, the whole point of it is so that way I'm literally wasn't pausing it for the last like 1 minute after you said that.
I just want to watch him. I just want to watch you about the pausing though.
And people give me credit for rebuilding the military. They give me credit for a lot of things. Not enough credit.
Okay. Can you like turn it down though, so you know, because I'm picking it up too.
Back and it went to their benefit, but I was the one that created them. They know it, and so does everybody else. So.
Okay, let me turn it down for you then.
All right.
Can you hear it now?
Nah. Alright, chat.
Deduction to start up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump's sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on everyday goods that you rely on to get through the month. Economists have said that Trump sales tax would actually result for middle class.
On my own. Have fun on have fun with stream, guys.
All right, man. Well, the Brit is gone, but we still have the Mexican and we still have the artist. So, all right. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to change the name of this live stream later. Anyways.
Families in about $4,000 more a year because of his policies and his ideas about what should be the backs of middle-class people paying for tax cuts for billionaires.
President Trump, I'll give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's it.
All right, so what did you guys think of Harris's?
Let me listen.
Okay, frick you. Okay, so what did you guys think of Harris's thing? Oh, frick! I just realized something. Oh gosh. Okay.
An incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because there was so much money they can't. They would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of dollars from China and other places. They've left the tariffs on. When I had it, I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has been a disaster for people, for the middle class, but for every class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking...
What?
So I just don't cool. I wasn't too bad about it. I'll just stay on myself.
Alright. Yeah, so Trump was just kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Trump is kind of going like, I know. Trump is kind of going like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. He's kind of tweaking out a little bit, in my opinion. He's kind of stuttering a little.
He's getting hate because we're not going to discuss it fully, but apparently something called Project 2025 I do not want to go into that.
Oh yeah, I know that. That scares me. Anyways.
So that's why like people are kind of hating them, and people would rather do Project Coconut. So it's more like a we don't know, man. I have no opinions.
All right.
Jobs that are occupied right now by African Americans and Hispanics, and
wait,
also
what?
unions. Unions are going to be
Hey,
affected
yo,
very
what?
soon. And you see what's happening.
Did you guys just hear that, or was that?
Yes, no, I'll pick that up. What? So let me get this straight. If you're gonna kick out them, then what's the point? Just saying. Just saying.
Bro's racist. Nah, shot. We caught him in 4K.
Nah. You did not.
Nah, chat. From my analysis of this debate only, assuming everything else we have seen of him, he kind of sounds a little racist. Anyways.
Just continue onward.
You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going in violently. These are the people that Xi and Biden led into our country, and they're destroying our country. They're dangerous.
No.
They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast.
Bro literally saying helicopters are bad.
No.
Bro literally
Just
saying,
because they may be look, just because some of them may top the country does not mean all of them are horrible. Some people can be horrible, but not all of them. That's the thing. Not everyone is horrible.
Yeah.
Real.
That's fucking disgusting.
I created one.
I knew that. Anyways.
We have this orange looking down on his shirt for some reason.
One of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again and even better.
We are going to get to immigration and border security during this debate, but I would like to let Vice President Harris respond on the economy here.
Well, I would love to. Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to do is build on what we know are the aspirations and the hopes of the American people. But I'm going to tell you all in this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name-calling. What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again. I believe very strongly that the American people want a president who understands the importance of bringing us together, knowing we have so much more in common than what separates us. And I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans.
President Trump will give you a minute here to respond.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I have.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. Anyways, this.
Wasn't he the one who made it though? Like, wasn't he the one who made Project 2025?
Technically, no, but he did endorse it at first. So.
What is even Project 2025?
Fascist movements, basically. I don't know if that's to sum it all up. Fascist stuff.
Yeah. The only thing
The
only thing about Project 2025 is that's about we'll be able to do abortion anymore. That's the only thing I've heard. There'll be no more abortion.
There's a bit more to
unrelated
it. There's a bit more to that, like sending
really?
everyone that's not born in the U.S. back and stuff, but there's a little bit more to it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not even joking.
I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas. I guess some good, some bad. But it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes very substantially and create a great economy like I did before. We had the greatest economy. We got hit with a pandemic. And the pandemic was not since 1917, where 100 million people died, has there been anything like it. We did a phenomenal job with the pandemic. We handed them over a country where the economy and where the stock market was higher than it was before the pandemic came in. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We made ventilators for the entire world. We got gowns, we got masks, we did things that nobody thought possible. And people give me credit for rebuilding the military. They give me credit for a lot of things, but not enough credit for the great job we did with the pandemic. But the only jobs they got were bounce back jobs. These were jobs bounce back, and it bounced back and it went to their benefit. But I was the one that created them. They know it, and so does everybody else.
Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond.
So Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people.
Okay, so let me ask you, I'm just going to say this outright. She's really kind of trying to avoid what she's going to do. That's what I'm kind of noticing. She's trying to avoid what she's going to do. She's trying to avoid saying it.
Yeah.
Basically, she basically has to follow what Biden says because in a technical state, she's in Biden's place, so this could possibly be what
she's going like this. What would I do with the economy? Time to tap dance. Day.
Yeah, like you can see what you mean, but like she just keeps on putting it like the thing to what to call it. She's like keeps on just putting it the thing, and she never actually says what she's going to do. She just tries to go on to something else.
She's just trying to roast Trump, basically. She just insults Trump with basically no like sources, and then just tries to move on.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, not gonna lie.
I'm offering what I describe as an opportunity economy, and the best economists in our country, if not the world, have reviewed our relative plans for the future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse. Mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. 16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. You just have to look at where we are and where we stand on the issues. And I'd invite you to know that Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
You're kind of
just a soundbite. They gave her that to say. Look, I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, think my plan is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our worth, our value as a country. It's going to make people want to be able to go and work and create jobs and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. Just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Mr. President, I do want to drill down on something you both brought up. The Vice President brought up your tariffs. You responded, and let's drill down on this, because your plan is what she calls is essentially a national sales tax. Your proposal calls for tariffs, as you pointed out here, on foreign imports across the board. You recently said that you might double your plan, imposing tariffs up to 20% on goods coming into this country. As you know, many economists say that with tariffs at that level, costs are then passed on to the consumer. Vice President Harris has argued it'll mean higher prices on gas, food, clothing, medication, arguing it costs the typical family nearly $4,000 a year. Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs?
They're not going to have higher prices. What's going to have and who's going to have higher prices is China and all of the countries that have been ripping us off for years. I was the only president ever. China was paying us hundreds of billions of dollars, and so were other countries. And, you know, if she doesn't like them, they should have gone out and they should have immediately cut the tariffs. But those tariffs are there 3.5 years now under their administration. We are going to take in billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars. I had no inflation, virtually no inflation. They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country, because I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else. the people of our country are absolutely dying with what they've done. They've destroyed the economy. And all you have to do is look at a poll. The polls say 80 and 85 and even 90% that the Trump economy was great, that their economy was terrible.
Vice President Harris, I do want to ask for your response. And you heard what the president said there, because the Biden administration did keep a number of the Trump tariffs in place. So how do you respond?
Well, let's be clear that the Trump administration resulted in a trade deficit, one of the highest we've ever seen in the history of America. He invited trade wars. You want to talk about his deal with China? What he ended up doing is, under Donald Trump's presidency, he ended up selling American chips to China to help them improve and modernize their military, basically sold us out, when a policy about China should be in making sure the United States of America wins the competition for the 21st century, which means focusing on the details of what that requires, focusing on relationships with our allies, focusing on investing in American-based technology so that we win the race on AI, on quantum computing, focusing on what we need to do to support America's workforce so that we don't end up having on the short end of the stick in terms of workers' rights. But what Donald Trump did, let's talk about this, with COVID, is he actually thanked President Xi for what he did during COVID. Look at his tweet. "Thank you, President Xi," exclamation point, when we know that Xi was responsible for lacking and not giving us transparency about the origins of COVID.
President.
Well, who do you think's winning so far, chat?
No one.
Oh, I don't
Absolutely
know.
no one.
They both
I'm
suck.
not familiar with the debate, so I can't really tell you.
Well, you know, they're both old, and they're both crazy, and they're both lunatics, but, you know.
And Trump, I'll let you respond.
First of all, they bought their chips from Taiwan. We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like they have. I don't say her because she has no policy.
Bro, she was like, "What you doing? What you doing?" Remember, your mic is muted, young lady. Your mic is muted. You can't talk.
Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. But
Sayo si sayaba sayo si sayo. Someone say Soviet Union. Communist. All right. This is getting funny.
Failed system.
Chat, get your popcorn out. It's getting good.
when you look at what she's done to our country, and when you look at these millions and millions of people that are pouring into our country monthly, where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say, and I think it's a lot higher than the 21. That's bigger than New York State pouring in. And just look at what they're doing to our country. They're criminals. Many of these people coming in are criminals. And that's bad for our economy, too. You know, you mentioned before, we'll talk about immigration later. Well, bad immigration is the worst thing that can happen to our economy. They have, and she has, destroyed our country with policy that's insane. Almost policy that you'd say they have to hate our country.
President Trump, thank you. Lindsay?
Well, I'm okay. Hold up. I got a vouch for Trump a little bit. Just a little bit. Wait, what? What were you saying?
I want to be existing. That's the thing.
All right. I got a vouch for Trump a little bit in the fact that how do I say this lightly? ABC is run by Disney, and I can tell you for certainty that Disney does lean left, leans towards Democrat by far. And so this is not a fair fight. This is really biased, in my opinion. But I'm not saying I support Trump, but I'm just saying, on his defense, they're on ABC. They're not on his side. They're really on Kamala's side on this one. Just saying.
I want to turn to the issue of abortion. President Trump, you've often touted that you were able to kill Roe v. Wade. Last year, you said that you were proud to be the most pro-life president in American history. Then last month, you said that your administration would be great for women and their reproductive rights. In your home state of Florida, you surprised many with regard to your 6-week abortion ban because you initially had said that it was too short. And you said, quote, I'm going to be voting that we need more than 6 weeks. But then the very next day, you reversed course and said you would vote to support the 6-week ban. Vice President Harris says that women shouldn't trust you on the issue of abortion because you've changed your position so many times. Therefore, why should they trust you?
Well, the reason I'm doing that vote is because the plan is, as you know, the vote is, they have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of West Virginia, not the current governor, who's doing an excellent job, but the governor before, he said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that predominates, because they're radical. The Democrats are radical in that. And her vice presidential pick, which I think was a horrible pick, by the way, for our country, because he is really out of it. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born, is okay. And that's not okay with me, hence the vote. But what I did is something for 52 years. They've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. And through the genius and heart and strength of 6 Supreme Court justices, we were able to do that. Now, I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother. I believe strongly in it. Ronald Reagan did also. 85% of Republicans do. Exceptions. Very important. But we were able to get it, and now states are voting on it. And for the first time, you're going to see, look, this is an issue that's torn our country apart for 52 years. Every legal scholar, every Democrat, every Republican, liberal, conservative, they all wanted this issue to be brought back to the states where the people could vote. And that's what happened. Now, Ohio, the vote was somewhat liberal. Kansas, the vote was somewhat liberal, much more liberal than people would have thought.
Well, that's a bit of a respectable claim, you know, about the exceptions. It's respectable, but at the same time, I would personally go a little bit farther in saying anything within the first 3 months is okay, no matter what. But like, that's just me.
But each individual state is voting. It's the vote of the people now. It's not tied up in the federal government. I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response to President Trump.
Well, as I said, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, and that's not actually a surprising fact. Let's understand how we got here. Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade. And they did exactly as he intended. And now in over 20 states, there are Trump abortion bans, which make it criminal for a doctor or nurse to provide health care. In one state, it provides prison for life. Trump abortion bans that make no exception even for rape and incest, which understand what that means. A survivor of a crime of violation to their body does not have the right to make a decision about what happens to their body next. That is immoral. And one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body. I have talked with women around our country. You want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women who want to carry a pregnancy to term, suffering from a miscarriage, being denied care in an emergency room because the healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's...
Amen! Amen, sister!
Bleeding out in a car in the parking lot. She didn't want that. Her husband didn't want that. A 12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest being forced to carry a pregnancy to term. They don't want that. And I pledge to you, When Congress passes a bill to put back in place the protections of Roe v. Wade, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law. But understand, if Donald Trump were to be reelected, he will sign a national abortion ban. Understand, in his Project 2025, there would be a national abortion, a monitor that would be monitoring your pregnancies, your miscarriages. I think the American people believe that certain freedoms, in particular the freedom to make decisions about one's own body, should not be made by the government.
Thank you, Vice President Harris.
Well, there she goes again. It's a lie. I'm not signing a ban, and there's no reason to sign a ban because we've gotten what everybody wanted. Democrats, Republicans, and everybody else, and every legal scholar wanted it to be brought back into the states, and the states are voting. And it may take a little time, but for 52 years, this issue has torn our country apart, and they've wanted it back in the states. And I did something that nobody thought was possible. The states are now voting. What she says is an absolute lie. And as far as the abortion ban, no, I'm not in favor of abortion ban, but it doesn't matter because this issue has now been taken over by the states.
Would you veto a national abortion ban if it came to your desk?
Well, I won't have to because, again, two things. Number one, she said she'll go back to Congress. She'll never get the vote. It's impossible for her to get the vote, especially now with the 50-50, essentially 50-50 in both Senate and the House. She's not going to get the vote. She can't get the vote. She won't even come close to it. So it's just talk. You know what it reminds me of? When they said they're going to get student loans terminated, and it ended up being a total catastrophe. The student loans, and then her, I think probably her boss, if you call him a boss, he spends all his time on the beach. But look, her boss went out and said, we'll do it again. We'll do it a different way. And he went out, got rejected again by the Supreme Court. So all these students got taunted with this whole thing about this whole idea. And how unfair that would have been, part of the reason they lost, to the millions and millions of people that had to pay off their student loans. They didn't get it for free. But they were saying it's the same way that they talked about that they talk about abortion.
But if I could just get a yes or no, because your running mate, J.D. Vance, has said that you would veto if it did come to your desk.
Well, I didn't discuss it with J.D. In all fairness, J.D., and I don't mind if he has a certain view, but I think he was speaking for me, but I really didn't. Look, we don't have to discuss it because she'd never be able to get it, just like she couldn't get student loans. They couldn't get student loans. They didn't even come close to getting student loans.
To a certain extent, that is true. They got it for people that are very disabled and, like, basically can't walk or, like, do anything. But, like, it's still, like, he does have a little bit of a point there. I do have to agree with that. Yeah. But yeah, no, for the most part, at least they got something done, at least, which is not what he's saying. And Harris is also pointing a few good points, but again, she's deflecting. I can't really commentate her on too much because she's kind of deflecting a lot of her stances, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, Damon. I'm a bit tired, so I'm gonna go now.
All right, see you, mate. Good night. Well, you ready to continue this, Mimikyu? Are you ready?
Sure.
All right.
They taunted young people and a lot of other people that had loans. They can never get this approved. So it doesn't matter what she says about going to Congress. Well, wonderful. Let's go to Congress. Do it. But the fact is that for years they wanted to get it out of Congress and out of the federal government. And we did something that everybody said couldn't be done. And now you have a vote of the people on abortion.
Vice President Harris, I want to give you your time to respond. But I do want to ask, would you support any restrictions on a woman's right to an abortion?
I absolutely support reinstating the protections of Roe v. Wade. And as you rightly mentioned, nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America. And understand what has been happening under Donald Trump's abortion bans. Couples who pray and dream of having a family are being denied IVF treatments. But
there's a downside to that. Hold up, chat. Alright, now that mouse is going, I can pause it more, kind of. So, Yeah, let me just put it this way. There's a downside to that, and that's the fact that you can be 9 months in and 1 day away and say, nope, abortion. Yeah, just off a whim of, I don't know, something. Which is probably the downside to it. I mean, like, again, there's a good middle ground in there, and that's not too far to the point where abortion is illegal, but not too far to the point where it's super duper legal, and, like, you can do it no matter when. I love how I actually did it with my right hand for Republicans and left hand for Democrats. Alright.
I just have no comment on this.
Alright.
Is happening in our country. Working people, working women who are working 1 or 2 jobs, who can barely afford childcare as it is, have to travel to another state to get on a plane sitting next to strangers, to go and get the health care she needs. Barely can afford to do it, and what you are putting her through is unconscionable. And the people of America have not, the majority of Americans believe in a woman's right to make decisions about her own body, and that is why in every state where this issue has been on the ballot, in red and blue states both, the people of America have voted for freedom.
Vice President Harris,
Excuse me, I have to respond. Another lie. It's another lie. I have been a leader on IVF, which is fertilization. The IVF, I have been a leader. In fact, when they got a very negative decision on IVF from the Alabama courts, I saw the people of Alabama and the legislature 2 days later voted it in. I've been a leader on it. They know that, and everybody else knows it. I have been a leader on fertilization, IVF. And the other thing, you should ask, will she allow abortion in the 8th month, 9th month, 7th month?
Come on.
Okay, would you do that? Why don't you ask her that question?
Why don't you answer
That's
the
problem.
question? Would you
because
veto?
under Roe v.
Answer
Wade,
the question. Would you veto?
you could do abortions in the 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th
That's
month,
not true.
and probably after birth. Just look at the governor, former governor of Virginia. The governor of Virginia said we put the baby aside and then we determine what we want to do with the baby.
President Trump, thank you.
We're going to turn now to immigration and border.
I mean, he's not wrong, but, like, he's not right either. It's weird. It's not. Totally
That's how people are. That's how people are.
Yeah.
I just kind of believe that abortion isn't right, but it's just.
Yeah, my opinion on abortion is, look at this squishmallow.
You want some of mine?
Wait, what? What?
Yeah, I have some squishmallows.
Oh, yeah, squishmallows, nice.
Yeah, I actually got 3 today.
I got this one in the Bahamas, so yeah, that's nice.
You went to the Bahamas without me, fool? Nah, you tripping. No. No, how dare you? I was gonna come after you.
Squishy. I also have Mickey Mouse from the Hood. Hello, everybody! I'm from the Hood! Hello, everybody! Let me pull out my trusted clock! That's it! I've had enough! Alright.
We're getting off topic here, fool.
I know.
But it's entertaining.
I know.
It's entertaining.
Hey. As a YouTuber, that's what I must do.
Border security. We know it's an issue that's important to Republicans, Democrats, voters across the board in this country. Vice President Harris, you were tasked by President Biden with getting to the root causes of migration from Central America. We know that illegal border crossings reached a record high in the Biden administration. This past June, President Biden imposed tough new asylum restrictions. We know the numbers since then have dropped significantly. But my question to you tonight is, why did the administration wait until 6 months before the election to act? And would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person.
ABC's being base for once. They're not leaning so heavy left. I'm actually, you know what? You know what? Disney, I love you. Wait, what?
Give us a Kingdom Hearts 4 game. Don't ask where that came from. You're not gonna ask what that is. No, what the franchise is.
I'm gonna look it up after stream.
person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And let me say that the United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime trying to do their job. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. I know there are so many families watching tonight who have been personally affected by the surge of fentanyl in our country. That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress and said, kill the bill. And you know why? Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And understand, this comes at a time where the people of our country actually need a leader who engages in solutions, who actually addresses the problems at hand. But what we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And I'll tell you something.
Orthodox? Orthodox, what's up, my brother? What's up?
Nothing.
Yo, we're just watching the presidential debate. I'm glad you made it though.
Wait, at least like I made it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Bro, you made it. We got the Texan up in here, bro. Let's go. So, this little recap. Trump is acting crazy. Kamala is acting crazy and trying to deflect what her stance is. And
Kamala is Kamala, Trump is Trump.
Yep.
That's how to.
Yep. I don't know how else to describe it. So you ready to continue this, man?
Yeah.
Alright, bet.
I think he's going to talk about immigration a lot tonight, even when it's not the subject that is being raised. And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills called cancer.
Guys,
Alright, guys, time to talk about my role model, the great late Hannibal Lecter. He was a great fellow, and he was my role model. Even though he was a cannibal, but who cares? He was a great role model. And you know, I had to turn off the TV, so then he died when I turned off the TV. Poor Hannibal Lecter. He didn't last 2 hours in the movie. I can't stop.
So let me get this straight. You're voting for a cannibal? Sir Amendment thing. No. Just why? Like, brother. Sorry for saying this, but brother, disgusting.
No, that's
exactly.
it. That's it. I'm gonna go back to playing Genshin Impact on my Xbox. Okay, yeah.
What's that?
Wait, we're playing Genshin?
What's that, brother? Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
For real. I'm glad to have you on here. I am.
We need to play Genshin. Damon, we should play Genshin together. Hop on right now.
Alright, bet.
Alright, we're kidding.
Y'all are playing fucking Genshin Impact?
No, I'm
fuck.
I don't actually play Genshin. That could be a lie, by the way.
I don't either. I just do it for LOLs. I just joke about it for LOLs, you know.
Yeah, I actually do play it occasionally.
And I had it installed. It was too much data. I played it for like a day, and I was like, meh.
I ain't cringe about it though. I'm not cringe about it. Flat out.
Cringe. Die.
Bro!
Cringe.
I'm not cringe about it though. I'll admit, the characters are, half the kids are just not kids. They should get them child support right now. I don't care. Those are children. You do not do those to children. Alright? I'm flat out saying that. Here's
Those
the
poor
other thing that I
children.
hate about first, but we don't have to worry about it, guys. Even though half the people in there are teenagers.
All right, chat.
Anyways.
And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you. You will not hear him talk about your needs, your dreams, and your desires. And I'll tell you, I believe you deserve a president who actually puts you first, and I pledge to you that I will.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump, on that point, I want to get your response.
Well, I would like to respond.
Let me just ask, though, why did you try to kill that bill, and successfully so? That would have put thousands of additional agents and officers on the border.
First, let me respond as to the rallies. She said people start leaving. People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. And the people that do go, she's bussing them in and paying them to be there, and then showing them in a different light. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation. And it happened 3.5 years ago. And what's going on here, you're going to end up in World War III, just to go into another subject. What they have done to our country by allowing these...
I mean, World War III is on the horizon if the Democrats win. Sorry, guys.
I mean, if that is a possibility, because technically, once you think about it...
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like, if Trump wins, Russia will not be going to war with us while Trump's in there. Now, take that as you will. Ukraine won't exist. But take that as you will, you know? Even though there won't be a certain country with a blue and yellow in their flag anymore.
Here's the problem. Like, here's the problem with that. Both the American culture war and, like, Russia are two sides of fascism that really never really met. That's the thing.
No, but the thing of it is, the Democrats are more of are more communist than anything. So that's why they're opposing Russia, because Russia's more fascist than anything.
Hold up, we're not accusing anyone of being communist here.
I'm saying leaning.
If you don't say that, what is the borderline, unedited like concept of communism? The theories of it, okay? It's just Aryanism, a form of Aryanism.
Aryan race. Time to raise the Aryan race and cast out the Jews for the grass disgrace. Okay, nope. I'm gonna cancel myself before I get canceled. That's it.
Hey man, I'm already planning to cancel you.
Oh. But seriously though, like, communism is a form of Aryanism that should never had existed to begin with.
Yeah, Marxist was just wild and.
Even though I'm currently in the Trump household, I just don't agree with both of them say.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I don't agree with either side. I only agree with one side, and that is, I agree with my own.
Yeah, it's
I just want to get out of here.
Like, it's fucked. Like, it's just shit.
No,
like,
that's
like communism, capitalism have their problems. A communist government is shit in practice. A capitalism government, well, it does do like good things, like giving us like money and all that, but it can also crash our fucking economy if not kept in check.
You're not wrong.
Cause like the amount of money that gets printed and like the amount you gotta keep an eye on that, cause like it could make our dollar worthless.
For real. But like at
like worthless as a grain of sand.
Yeah, but on the same side of the coin, if the Democrats win, the snowflake mentality of, well, I'm in the judge community, so I see it a lot more. But the snowflake mentality is just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse until almost everybody's a snowflake. Ugh. Ugh. Which that's the only thing I don't really like about the Democrats, to be honest. Like, they're leaning more towards being
more
snowflakes.
Orthodox churches are replacing more Protestant churches. So like, I'm hoping for Orthodox Christianity to basically become the religion of America. Well, Christianity's already
Catholics
America,
Catholics already number one though.
But like Orthodoxy is replacing all of that.
The current leader is Catholic, unfortunately.
There's also like an American Orthodox patriarch.
But yeah, no, I'm Protestant, so like, I probably should care, but I really don't, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they're gonna be number one. I don't care. At the end of the day, I think the different types of churches are just like we just have slightly different views. Besides Catholic just sucks. Catholic, the Pope just sucks. Not gonna lie, that's the Catholic. But besides that,
It's a fucking. Well, I have an answer. It's the fucking papacy, a house of cards. Orthodoxy is just basically like following tradition and actually like following the original interpretations of like the intended interpretations of the 12 apostles on the Bible.
yeah. But like on the same coin, Protestant just has a few things where we're like we read the Bible ourselves. We translate it out from
I think
not Hebrew.
Greek.
No,
Greek.
no, it wasn't Greek. It was Latin. They translated it from Latin to German, and then this boom, everyone could read it.
No, you're getting it wrong. The Orthodox Church started in like Israel, like Pentecost, and then the 12 apostles after Jesus like ascended into heaven, they were ordained as bishops of the Church of Antioch, and they went around Greece, and the 12 apostles went to Greece to establish churches. That's how we got the Greek Orthodox Church, the bishop of the like Church of Rome, and like the Church of Alexandria, which is Egypt.
Yeah.
And the New Testament and the Old Testament were like the New Testament was compiled in Aramaic, but then later on translated into Greek. That's how we get the Septuagint scriptures, and that's what the Orthodox churches use the Septuagint version of the Old Testament and the New Testament. So it has all of the books that Protestant reformers such as like Martin Luther took out like 7 books from the Bible.
Some of them I think were valid because the Catholic Church has added a few of them just and for no reason. But yeah, I see your point.
I mean like, hold up. I think I had some. Hold up. What is the Orthodox canon? Let me do a little bit of research real quick. The Orthodox canon.
I'm just going off what I've been taught. That's the thing. That's what I'm going off by.
The Orthodox canon.
But yeah, I don't know. Just like
it's just I don't agree. Like, I would rather want.
The thing
I
with
would rather get out of this.
But yeah, the thing with Protestantism is we really left the Catholic Church just because they were being more material than spiritual, and they were like, it's your actions that get you into heaven, not your faith, and that's how we really split apart. So.
The Orthodox Church focuses more on spirituality. It focuses more on your spiritual life,
which I think is good. I think that's valid, but like,
yes,
yeah,
it's valid. It's valid, but like then again, you're Protestant, so you're gonna have very different views on that, and I understand that. But like you gotta understand, the papacy wasn't taught in the early church. Like Protestantism wasn't also taught by the early church fathers. It wasn't.
It was taught by Martin Luther. mainly.
I was talking about the church in the first 800 years, like the Orthodox Church. So like in the early days of the church, it was the Orthodox position was cemented during the early day. Like the okay, what I'm trying to say here is that like during the early days of the church, like if you look at the Orthodox position, then you realize that like the position is actually right, cause like back in the early days, like the church was like you like it was like this not organized, like it was illegal for the first like 800 years until like Saint Constantine. Yes, yes, Constantine is a saint in the Orthodox tradition. Like made Christianity legal, and we had the first ecumenical council, which condemned Arianism. Because I want to go into detail about that, but it's probably gonna be like too long for the stream, so I'm just probably gonna
Yeah.
have to like make do like a diet version of it. So what was happening is Arius was given heretical tendencies by a previous archbishop. He starts teaching heretical beliefs. And after those beliefs spread, he was invited to the first council of Nicaea. Saint Athanasius and Saint Spiridon condemned him and refuted his heretical beliefs, and him and his followers were excommunicated. And that's how we got the Nicene Creed.
Hmm.
So really, the ecumenical councils were to clarify what we believe, and if you take a look at the early church and all of the the attended scriptures, then you realize that the Orthodox position is the most accurate.
Probably, and again, I'd probably be willing to switch over to Orthodoxy, but I just need to look into it more because with the Catholic Church, they are like if you give us money, you will definitely make it into heaven and stuff, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's like it's more of like a trust issue I'm having, because I need to look into it further, because with the Orthodox, is the Orthodox? I don't think the Orthodox Church is like that, but I just need to make sure, you know.
Like the Orthodox positions follows the intended scriptural interpretations of everything, but they're also very skeptical of spiritual experiences as well. So it's they know how to differentiate. So they know the difference between a false spiritual experience and a spiritual experience itself. Like they could say it's your own it's your own psychology, your psyche, or that's a demon, or it could be from God himself. They know the difference between those.
Mhm.
I kind of sound like a broken record, but I'm trying to at least get you to understand the Orthodox position.
I understand it. I mean, I have for a while, because you told me before, but my again, I really don't know what type of Christian I am. I say Protestant mainly because I my family's just kind of Protestant, the ones that are Christian anyways, and so I just kind of go with it. I'm I'm like I do more than what the Protestant book requires, which okay, so I'm most likely gonna make it to heaven. There's not 100% guarantee, but maybe, hopefully.
Can we continue watching the debate, please?
Okay, Pookie Bear. No one left when I called Smash Pookie Bear. Wow, I'm sad.
Millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pet.
Okay,
Bro, why are you
that's
referring
just
to Chinese?
bro.
I
That's fucking
can't
racist.
really deny.
Okay.
That's the thing. I can't deny. I genuinely cannot deny. Like I can't.
Bro is.
I can't.
That is
The thing
racism.
is, yes,
That is
technically.
fucking racism.
Y'all,
Okay,
y'all can yap for a second. I'm gonna go get some water.
The thing is, I can't deny that. Like, I genuinely cannot deny that. For where I'm from.
Like the fact that he said they're eating dogs and cats. Like I thought he was being racist.
Same.
Stereotype. Like what?
Like, the thing is that like you're gonna have to realize that yeah, he's definitely a racist. And that's what I hate, is like the racist stereotypes are just gonna just not be cool, man. It's just sometimes the stereotypical things can be funny, but like just flat out saying it and just like using it in a serious context is just no.
Like
Okay, I'm back.
if you're gonna like use racial stereotypes in like a fucking debate like this, then you should go to fucking hell.
Bruh, for real.
You have no life, no spiritual life with Christ whatsoever.
The thing is that I'm actually Asian. Bro.
Same.
You do not make those stereotypes. Like, buddy, just because, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna explain a lot of things, but I'm just very pissed off that he just flat out said, oh no, they're eating the cats and dogs, especially the Chinese people, kind of something like that.
That's it. You know what? I'm gonna
That's
shove
just
this game up
racist.
my mouth. You know what? That's it. Oh!
That means you're old, Damien! If you have a cane, that means you're old! Oh my goodness!
I know, I am old. But that means I need to take my medicine.
I already took mine. So, if Damien's old, does that mean you can hear me?
Huh? Sonny, what? Can you speak up louder? Oh, okay, I'm joking.
People that
what in the
live there, and this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. As far as rallies are concerned, as far as the reason they go is they like what I say. They want to bring our country back. They want to make America great again. It's a very simple phrase, make America great again. She's destroying this country, and if she becomes president, this country doesn't have a chance of success. Not only success, we'll end up being Venezuela on steroids.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
the people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
but
television.
The people on television saying their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice President Harris,
out.
I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
You talk about extreme. You know, this is, I think, one of the reasons why in this election I actually have the endorsement of 200 Republicans who have formerly worked with President Bush, Mitt Romney, and John McCain, including the endorsement of former Vice President Dick Cheney and Congress member Liz Cheney. And if you want to really know the inside track on who the former president is, if he didn't make it clear already, just ask people who have worked with him. His former chief of staff, a 4-star general, has said he has contempt for the Constitution of the United States. His former national security advisor has said he is dangerous and unfit. His former Secretary of Defense has said the nation, the republic, would never survive another Trump term. And when we listen to this kind of rhetoric, when the issues that affect the American people are not being addressed, I think the choice is clear in this election.
President Trump, I'll give you a quick minute to respond here.
Thank you, because when I hear that, see, I'm a different kind of a person. I fired most of those people. Not so graciously. They did bad things or a bad job. I fired them. They never.
That face is so clippable. That face is so
I'm
movable.
crying. I'm crying very loudly.
My question. Like, did he really fire them?
Probably not.
Chat, hold up. I gotta do something. I gotta make that a meme.
Not.
Oh, no.
Clipped.
The next thing I see in the server, I cannot believe my eyes.
Fired one person. They didn't fire anybody having to do with Afghanistan and the Taliban and the 13 people who's were just killed, viciously and violently killed. And I got to know the parents and the family. They didn't fire. They should have fired all those generals, all those top people, because that was one of the most incompetently handled situations anybody has ever seen. So when somebody does a bad job, I fire him. And you take a guy like Esper. He was no good. I fired him. So he writes a book. Another one writes a book. Because with me, they can write books. With nobody else can they. But they have done such a poor job, and they never fire anybody. Look at the economy. Look at the inflation. They didn't fire any of their economists. They have the same people. That's a good way not to have books written about you. But just to finish, I got more votes than any Republican in history by far. In fact, I got more votes than any president, sitting president, in history by far.
Let's fact check that. I want to fact check that.
Trump is like inconsistent as shit. Like, I kind of feel like he's inconsistent with shit because
That's the problem.
Because he did like the same thing as I think Joe Biden when he had a presidential debate with him.
The thing of it is not only that, but Harris is also walking around what she believes in, kind of, in the debate, so it's really iffy.
I don't know how much forgeries they're cooking up in the studio, but they better not have those forgeries put out on public.
For real. I'm gonna reload that site, gosh dang it. There we go. There has to be a list somewhere. You know, let's just go to images. That should be enough. What's that? What's that, kind sir? Joe Biden clearly, yeah, Joe Biden beat you, little bro.
I mean, but the problem. No. The problem was Joe Biden used dead people to win the popular vote.
That was only 100 people, wasn't it?
No, it was. No, it was a scandal.
No, I know it was there was a few people that died after they voted, but but still, the point of it is he still has more votes than Trump regardless. 70 over 73.
That's true, but after his after the vote, Joe Biden ended up being a horrible president.
You're not wrong, but then after that we have Barack Obama, then Hillary Clinton, then Donald Trump, then Bush. As population goes up, the votes go up too. That's probably another thing.
Let me continue on immigration. It was what you wanted to talk about earlier, so let's get back to your deportation proposal that the vice president has reacted to as well. President Trump, you call this the largest domestic deportation operation in the history of our country. You say you would use the National Guard. You say if things get out of control, you'd have no problem using the U.S. military.
Police, yes.
You also said you would use local police. How would you deport 11 million undocumented immigrants? I know you believe that number is much higher. Take us through this. What does this look like? Will authorities be going door to door in this country?
Yeah, it is much higher because of them. They allowed criminals, many millions of criminals. They allowed terrorists. They allowed common street criminals. They allowed people to come in, drug dealers, to come into our country, and they're now in the United States and told by their countries like Venezuela, don't ever come back or we're going to kill you. Do you know that crime in Venezuela and crime in countries all over the world is way down? You know why? Because they've taken their criminals off the street and they've given them to her to put into our country. And this will...
Didn't Trump bring up a good... I'm sorry, no, not Trump. Hold up. Gosh dang it, I got a point. Didn't Biden Biden made a good point on that's pro-Trump, actually, in the last debate, saying that a girl was raped by an illegal immigrant, not so long ago.
The thing is that that's like, it's basically...
Dang.
It's just not like they have to blame the immigrants, and if you do get rid of the immigrants, then that's just...
It's some darn border hoppers. Back in my day, it was all a bunch of white people in wigs. Okay. I got a white group.
Whoop. Looks like you got a Nev now.
I don't mind if he gets an F. We'll also have to do a science project that's due today.
Will be one of the greatest mistakes in history for them to allow, and I think they probably did it because they think they're going to get votes, but it's not worth it because they're destroying the fabric of our country by what they've done. There's never been anything done like this at all. They've destroyed the fabric of our country. Millions of people let in, and all over the world, crime is down all over the world except here. Crime here is up and through the roof. Despite their fraudulent statements that they made, crime in this country is through the roof. And we have a new form of crime. It's called migrant crime, and it's happening at levels that nobody thought possible.
President Trump, as you know, the FBI says overall violent crime is actually coming down in this country. But
excuse me, the FBI they were defrauding statements. They didn't include the worst cities. They didn't include the cities with the worst crime. It was a fraud, just like their number of 818,000 jobs that they said they created turned out to be a fraud.
President Trump, thank you. I'll let you respond, Vice President Harris.
Well, I think this is so rich, coming from someone who has been prosecuted for national security crimes, economic crimes, election interference, has been found liable for sexual assault, and his next big court appearance is in November at his own criminal sentencing. And let's be clear where each person stands on the issue of what is important about respect for the rule of law and respect for law enforcement. The former vice president called for defunding federal law enforcement, 45,000 agents, get this, on the day after he was arraigned on 34 felony counts.
Well, darn, Trump. Darn. I know she's just straight up roasting you and ignoring what she's saying, but I mean, like, darn, man. There's not really coming back from that. Dang, they caught you. Good job there, kiddo.
So let's talk about what is important in this race. It is important that we move forward, that we turn the page on this same old tired rhetoric and address the needs of the American people, address what we need to do about the housing shortage, which I have a plan for, address what we must do to support our small businesses, address bringing down the price of groceries. But frankly, the American people are exhausted with this same old tired playbook.
Vice President Harris, thank you.
Excuse me. Every one of those cases was started by them against their political opponent. And I'm winning most of them, and I will win the rest on appeal. And you saw that with the decision that came down just recently from the Supreme Court. I'm winning most of them. But those are cases, it's called weaponization. Never happened in this country. They weaponized the Justice Department. Every one of those cases was involved with the DOJ, from Atlanta and Fani Willis to the Attorney General of New York and the DA in New York. Every one of those cases. And then they say, oh, he's a criminal. They're the ones that made them go after me. By the way, Joe Biden was found essentially guilty on the documents case. And what happened in my documents case? They said, oh, that's the toughest of them all. A complete and total victory. 2 months ago, it was thrown out. It's weaponization, and they used it, and it's never happened in this country. They used it to try and win an election. They're fake cases.
President Trump, thank you. A really quick response here, Vice President Harris, on this notion of weaponization of the Justice Department.
Well, let's talk about extreme and understand the context in which this election in 2024 is taking place. The United States Supreme Court recently ruled that the former president would essentially be immune from any misconduct if he were to enter the White House again. Understand, this is someone who has openly said he would terminate, I'm quoting, terminate the Constitution of the United States, that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. Someone who has openly expressed disdain for members of our military. Understand what it would mean if Donald Trump were back in the White House with no guardrails, because certainly we know now the court won't stop him. We know J.D. Vance is not going to stop him. It's up to the American people
Vice President
to stop
Harris,
him.
Thank you. Lindsay?
Vice President Harris, in your last run for president.
This is the one that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They talk about democracy.
We're bringing up the ear thing now.
Buddy, you took a bullet to the ear, not a head. I'm gonna actually.
Nah, that's it. Many men wish death upon me. Becoming the president is what I'm destined to be. Many men wish death upon me.
I wonder.
A threat to democracy. They're the threat to democracy with a fake Russia investigation
We do have a lot
that went nowhere.
We have a lot to get to. Lindsay?
Vice President Harris, in your last run for president, you said you wanted to ban fracking. Now you don't. You wanted mandatory government buyback programs for assault weapons. Now your campaign says you don't. You supported decriminalizing border crossings. Now you're taking a harder line. I know you say that your values have not changed. So then why have so many of your policy positions changed?
So my values have not changed, and I'm going to discuss every one of at least every point that you've made. But in particular, let's talk about fracking, because we're here in Pennsylvania. I made that very clear in 2020. I will not ban fracking. I have not banned fracking as Vice President of the United States, and in fact, I was the tie-breaking vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which opened new leases.
Well, you do realize that you did not ban. You have no power as the vice president, ma'am. What are you yapping about? And why are you mewing? And why are you looking down at your in your pants again? And why are you mewing? And why are you looking down at your pants? You guys turn orange. And why are you mewing?
For fracking. My position is that we have got to invest in diverse sources of energy so we reduce our reliance on foreign oil. We have had the largest increase in domestic oil production in history because of an approach that recognizes that we cannot over-rely on foreign oil. As it relates to my values, let me tell you, I grew up a middle-class kid raised by a hardworking mother who worked and saved and was able to buy our first home when I was a teenager. The values I bring to the importance of home ownership, knowing not everybody got handed $400 million on a silver platter and then filed bankruptcy 6 times, is a value that I bring to my work to say we are going to work with the private sector and home builders to increase 3 million homes, increase by 3 million homes by the end of my first term. My work that is related to having a friend when I was in high school who was sexually assaulted by her stepfather. And my focus...
Hey, yo, wait, what?
What the fuck?
She is.
Why are you
She brings
bringing
that up now.
crimes into this? Why are you bringing crimes into this? Ah.
Bro, she brings that up now. Where was that like months ago whenever you signed up for this, man? Bring that into your autobiography whenever you had the Q&A. Oh, wait a minute. Is that even true? Who knows at this point if that's true? Maybe you're just yapping because you're lying. You know Trump is too, but we all know Trump's a liar. But maybe you are too. Who knows? Because you're just tiptoeing around your policies like you're a lawyer. Now you're tiptoeing better the gosh darn Deadpool in that bye 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 dance. You are tiptoeing like I haven't tiptoed before whenever I do this dance. What?
You're yapping.
I know!
Alright, making sure you know this because I'm gonna need you to know that you're yapping. Surprising me a lot today. That's not a bad thing.
Hello. Hello, Alex the boss. I like you, Damon. Oh, nice. Wait a minute. Okay.
Focus then on protecting women and children from violent crime is based on a value that is deeply grounded in the importance of standing up for those who are most vulnerable. My work that is about protecting Social Security and Medicare is based on long-standing work that I have done, protecting seniors from scams. My values have not changed. And what is important is that there is a president who actually brings values and a perspective that is about lifting people up and not beating people down. And name calling. The true measure of the leader is the leader who actually understands the strength is not in beating people down, it's in lifting people up. I intend to be that president.
President Trump, your response?
First of all, I wasn't given $400 million. I wish I was. My father was a Brooklyn builder, Brooklyn, Queens, and a great father, and I learned a lot from him. But I was given a fraction of that, a tiny fraction, and I built it into many, many billions of dollars, many, many billions. And when people see it, they are even surprised. So we don't have to talk about that. Fracking, she's been against it for 12 years. Defund the police, she's been against that forever. She gave all that stuff up very...
Bro stuttering like, stutter, bro. Nah, chat.
Wrongly, very horribly, and everybody's laughing at it, okay? They're all laughing at it. She gave up at least 12 and probably 14 or 15 different policies. Like, she was big on defund the police.
Bro,
in Minnesota, she went out, wait a minute, I'm talking now, if you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
Bro, hold up. Hold up. Nah, chat. The left and the right are so divided that whenever now that they're interrupting each other, they're all mad and stuff. As they're interrupting each other. Nah, chat. We're going to civil war, aren't we? Ah, dear Lord. Well, if we're all dying, better enjoy yourself some NFL. I needed to use that prop because I just had that here. Anyways, I have a briefcase here because I'm a lawyer. Kind of like how, you know, Kamala Harris here is acting like a lawyer. But on this, I digress.
Question, are those Legos?
Back there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that's all I need to know.
I have a lot of Legos, I'm sorry.
She went out in Minnesota and wanted to let criminals that killed people, that burned down Minneapolis, she went out and raised money to get them out of jail. She did things that nobody would ever think of. Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison. This is a radical left liberal that would do this. She wants to confiscate your guns, and she will never allow fracking in Pennsylvania. If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania will end on day one. Just to finish one thing so important, in my opinion. So I got the oil business going like nobody has ever done before. When they took over, they got rid of it, started getting rid of it, and the prices were going up the roof. They immediately let these guys go to where they were. I would have been 5 times, 4 times, 5 times higher, because you're talking about 3.5 years ago. They got it up to where I was because they had no choice, because the prices of energy were quadrupling and doubling. You saw what happened to gasoline. So they said, let's go back to Trump. But if she won the election, the day after that election, they'll go back to destroying our country, and oil will be dead, fossil fuel will be dead. We'll go back to windmills, and we'll go back to solar, where they need a whole desert to get some energy to come out of. You ever see a solar plant? By the way, I'm a big fan of solar, but they take 400, 500 acres of desert
President
soil.
Trump, we have a
These
lot
are
of
not good
issues
things
that we
for the
have to get
environment,
to.
as
We're
she
out of time.
understands.
Thank you.
Lindsay, thank you. We have an election in just 56 days. And I want to talk about the peaceful transfer of power, which, of course, we all know is a cornerstone of our democracy. And
I mean, if you're going, if you're gonna say, if peaceful is like being thrown around, then they might as well expect another bloodbath.
Yeah, you know, hey, I'm like, no matter who wins, there's probably gonna be a bloodbath. No, to be honest, chat.
Like regardless if it was peaceful, there's still gonna be a bloodbath either one way or another.
Yeah. Alex Boss, I'm gonna be honest. What's your Discord account so I can get in the face name to the face? But yeah, bro, it's gonna, like, no matter who wins, it'll be like we're all done for.
We're cooked.
Civil War incoming. 3, 2, 1, run!
I thought we were already like experiencing almost the collapse of the entire union.
We're trust me, we're in the collapse days, but then after that comes the Civil War.
Uh-oh.
the role of a president in a moment of crisis. Mr. President, on January 6th, you told your...
We're screwed.
What?
Let's just hope that does not happen. If it does, then we're screwed.
Now, if that happens, then I'm almost definitely going to be moving to Canada or something like that.
I'm probably gonna move to Greece.
I'll move there with you, man.
Move to the Netherlands.
No, we should all move to Greece. Not gonna lie, we should all move to Greece.
Heck no, I'm moving to Greece.
What, you don't want to be anti-Turkish?
Bro, I don't know what I am.
You don't want to be anti-Ottoman rule and pro-Macedonian unification and pro-taking over Albania and pro-taking over...
You realize I don't know what that means, right?
Do you want to restore the Greek Empire or not?
I'd rather take back Constantinople.
We gotta do that too. And also we gotta take over Cyprus. Don't worry.
Council of Constantinople.
As long as we also get Cyprus, I'm happy.
Are they going to be prosecuted? When are these people from countries all over the world, not just South America, they're coming in from all over the world, David, all over the world, and crime rates are down all over the world because of it.
But let me just
when are those, David, when are those people going to be prosecuted? When are the people that burned down Minneapolis going to be prosecuted?
Bro was like, blah, blah, blah. What?
Or in Seattle, they went into Seattle, they took over a big percentage of the city of Seattle. When are those people going to be prosecuted?
But let me just ask
you. You might ask her that question.
You were the president. You were watching it unfold on television. It's a very simple question as we move forward toward another election. Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day? Yes or no?
I had nothing to do with that other than they asked me to make a speech. I showed up for a speech. I said, I think it's going to be big. I went to Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington, D.C., and the mayor put it back in writing, as you know. I said, you know, this is going to be a very big rally or whatever you want to call it. And again, it wasn't done by me. It was done by others. I said, I'd like to give you 10,000 National Guard or soldiers. They rejected me. Nancy Pelosi rejected me. It was just 2 weeks ago, her daughter has a tape of her saying she is fully responsible for what happened. They want to get rid of that tape. It would have never happened if Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington did their jobs. I wasn't responsible for security. Nancy Pelosi was responsible. She didn't do her job.
The question was about you as president.
Man, why?
All right, Damien, I'm gonna head out later.
All right, see you, mate. And Smasher's still asleep or something. I don't know.
Not about former Speaker Pelosi, but I do want Vice President Harris to respond here.
I was at the Capitol on January 6th. I was the vice president-elect. I was also an acting senator. I was there. And on that day, the President of the United States incited a violent mob to attack our nation's capital, to desecrate our nation's capital. On that day, 140 law enforcement officers were injured, and some died. And understand, the former president has been indicted and impeached for exactly that reason. But this is not an isolated situation. Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side. Let's remember that when it came to the Proud Boys, a militia, the president said, the former president said, stand back and stand by.
Nah, Trump's cooked in this one, not gonna lie. Trump's done. I think Harris is done too because, well, you know, she's just not even talking about her stuff. But I mean, like, Trump's done. Trump's done. I would drop out of the race now. I'm not gonna lie.
So for everyone watching who remembers what January 6th was, I say...
No, I'm not doing that again. Why? Anyways.
There were fine people on each side. Let's remember, clearly he is having a very difficult time processing that. But we cannot afford to have a president of the United States who attempts, as he did in the past, to upend the will of the voters in a free and fair election. And I'm going to tell you that I have traveled the world as Vice President of the United States, and world leaders are laughing at Donald Trump. I have talked with military leaders, some of whom worked with you, and they say you're a disgrace. And when you then talk in this way in a presidential debate and deny what over and over again are court cases you have lost because you did in fact lose that election, it leads one to believe that perhaps we do not have in the candidate to my right the temperament or the ability to not be confused about fact. That's deeply troubling, and the American people deserve better.
I'll give you 1 minute to respond, Mr. President.
Let me just say about world leaders. Viktor Orban, one of the most respected men, they call him a strong man. He's a tough person, smart.
Buddy, he's a dictator of Belarus. What do you mean?
I think it's just us two.
I know. It is.
What happened to Smasher?
He's watching a football game right now.
He just kind of passed out, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Even though it's not that late for him. He's like 2 hours behind us. So it's like 8 for him. 8:37.
Prime Minister of Hungary. They said, why is the whole world blowing up? 3 years ago it wasn't. Why is it blowing up? He said, because you need Trump back as president. They were afraid of him. China was afraid, and I don't like to use the word afraid, but I'm just quoting him. China was afraid of him. North Korea was afraid of him. Look at what's going on with North Korea, by the way. He said Russia was afraid of him. I ended the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and Biden put it back on day one, but he ended the XL pipeline. The XL pipeline in our country, he ended that. But he let the Russians build a pipeline going all over Europe and heading into Germany, the biggest pipeline in the world. Look, Viktor Orban said it. He said the most respected, most feared person is Donald Trump. We had no problems when Trump was president. But when this weak, pathetic man that you saw at a debate just a few months ago, that if he weren't in that debate, he'd be running instead of her. She got no votes. He got 14 million votes. What you did, you talk about a threat to democracy. He got 14 million votes, and they threw him out of office. And you know what? I'll give you a little secret. He hates her. He can't stand her. But he got 14 million votes. They threw him out. She got 0 votes. And when she ran, she was the first one to leave because she failed. And now she's running. I don't understand it, but I'm okay with it because
your time is
I think we're going to do very well.
We've got a lot more to get to.
Turning now to the Israel-Hamas war and the hostages who are still being held, Americans among them. Vice President Harris, in December, you said, quote,
I'm going to get canceled if I let this part go through. Should we skip? I want to hear this though.
Israel has a right to defend itself, but you added, quote, it matters how, saying international humanitarian law must be respected. Israel must do more to protect innocent civilians.
Man, agreed, but at the same time, imperialism. Bring it back. Bring back the empires. Who needs them? Who needs all these countries? Bring back the empire. Okay.
Civilians. You said that 9 months ago. Now an estimated 40,000 Palestinians are dead. Nearly 100 hostages remain. Just last week, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said there's not a deal in the making. President Biden has not been able to break through the stalemate. How would you do it?
Well, let's understand how we got here. On October 7, Hamas, a terrorist organization, slaughtered 1,200 Israelis. Many of them young people who were simply attending a concert. Women were horribly raped. And so absolutely, I said then, I say now, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters. Because it is also true, far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. Children, mothers. What we know is that this war must end. It must end immediately, and the way it will end is we need a ceasefire deal and we need the hostages out. And so we will continue to work around the clock on that. Work around the clock, also understanding that we must chart a course for a two-state solution. And in that solution, there must be security for the Israeli people and Israel, and in equal measure for the Palestinians. But the one thing I will assure you always, I will always give Israel the ability to defend itself, in particular as it relates to Iran and any threat that Iran and its proxies pose to Israel. But we must have a two-state solution where we can rebuild Gaza, where the Palestinians have security, self-determination, and the dignity they so rightly deserve.
President Trump, how would you negotiate with Netanyahu and also Hamas in order to get the hostages out and prevent the killing of more innocent civilians in Gaza?
If I were president, it would have never started. If I were president, Russia would have never, ever, I know Putin very well, he would have never, and there was no threat of it either.
I mean, like, sure, Ukraine would have, fallen, and, Trump would have, his solution is let Putin have it, but, imperialism? Yeah, I'll see myself out.
Oh, there's a cockroach in my room.
Wait, what?
His name is Damon.
What?
Yeah, you're in my room, bro. Get out right now.
What do you wait? What? All right.
By the way, for 4 years, have gone into Ukraine and killed millions of people when you add it up, far worse than people understand what's going on over there. But when she mentions about Israel, all of a sudden, she hates Israel. She wouldn't even meet with Netanyahu when he went to Congress to make a very important speech. She refused to be there because she was at a sorority party of hers. She wanted to go to the sorority party. She hates Israel. If she's president, I believe that Israel will not exist within 2 years from now. And I've been pretty good at predictions, and I hope I'm wrong about that one. She hates Israel. At the same time, in her own way, she hates the Arab population because the whole place is going to get blown up. Arabs, Jewish people, Israel will be gone. It would have never happened. Iran was broke under Donald Trump. Now Iran has $300 billion because they took off all the sanctions that I had. Iran had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah or any of the 28 different spheres of terror. And they are spheres of terror, horrible terror. They had no money. It was a big story, and you know it. You covered it very well, actually. They had no money for terror. They were broke. Now they're a rich nation, and now what they're doing is they're spreading that money around. Look at what's happening with the Houthis and Yemen. Look at what's going on in the Middle East.
A lot of bad stuff. I get it. Anyways, I'm not getting canceled today, so we're gonna stop it right there.
The leaders of other countries think that they're weak and incompetent, and they are. They're grossly incompetent. And I just ask one question. Why does Biden go in and kill the Keystone Pipeline and approve the single biggest deal that Russia's ever made, Nord Stream 2, the biggest pipeline anywhere in the world going to Germany and all over Europe? Because they're weak and they're ineffective. And Biden, by the way,
President
gets paid
Trump,
a lot of money.
Thank you. We have a lot of issues to get to.
We'll be right back with much more of this historic ABC News presidential debate from the National Constitution Center right here in Philadelphia. Back in a moment.
What do you mean a lot more? Bro, how much more can they do? Okay, dear Lord. They can do quite a lot. Okay, so we got quite a bit going on.
He may be emboldened to move even further into other countries. You have said you would solve this war in 24 hours. You said so just before the break tonight. How exactly would you do that? And I want to ask you a very simple question tonight. Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I want the war to stop. I want to save lives that are being uselessly, people being killed by the millions. It's the millions. It's so much worse than the numbers that you're getting, which are fake numbers. Look, we're in for 250 billion or more because they don't ask Europe, which is a much bigger beneficiary to getting this thing done than we are.
All right, so we have quite a bit of debate left, but not too much. So we should be
fine. If I win, when I'm president-elect, and what I'll do is I'll speak to one, I'll speak to the other, I'll get them together. That war would have never happened. And in fact, when I saw Putin after I left, unfortunately left because our country has gone to hell. But after I left, when I saw him building up soldiers, he did it after I left, I said, oh, he must be negotiating. It must be a good, strong point of negotiation. Well, it wasn't, because Biden had no idea how to talk to him. He had no idea how to stop it. And now you have millions of people dead, and it's only getting worse, and it could lead to World War III. Don't kid yourself, David. We're playing with World War III, and we have a president that we don't even know if he's... Where is our president? We don't even know if he's a president.
And just to clarify
they
here...
They threw him out of a campaign like a dog. We don't even know. Is he our president? But we have a president,
Mr. President,
that doesn't know he's alive.
Your time is up. Just to clarify in the question, do you believe it's in the U.S. best interest for Ukraine to win this war, yes or no?
I think it's the U.S. best...
Russia, he's pro-Russia, chat. I'm sorry, he's pro-Russia. I'm sorry to say it right here, right now. He's pro-Russia. He is 100% pro-Russia, chat. Gotta be real here.
interest to get this war finished and just get it done.
All right.
Negotiate a deal, because we have to stop all of these human lives from being destroyed.
I want to take this to Vice President Harris. I want to get your thoughts on support for Ukraine in this moment, but also as Commander-in-Chief, if elected, how would you deal with Vladimir Putin, and would it be any different from what we're seeing from President Biden?
Well, first of all, it's important to remind the former president you're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me. I believe the reason that Donald Trump says that this war would be over within 24 hours is because he would just give it up. And that's not who we are as Americans. Let's understand what happened here. I actually met with Zelensky a few days before Russia invaded, tried through force to change territorial boundaries, to defy one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. And I met with President Zelensky. I shared with him American intelligence about how he could defend himself. Days later, I went to NATO's eastern flank, to Poland and Romania. And through the work that I and others did, we brought 50 countries together to support Ukraine in its righteous defense. And because of our support, because of the air defense, the ammunition, the artillery, the javelins, the Abrams tanks that we have provided, Ukraine stands as an independent
Trump with that smirk. I want to see what
and free country. If Donald Trump were president, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv right now. And understand what that would mean, because Putin's agenda is not just about Ukraine. Understand why the European allies and our NATO allies are so thankful that you are no longer president, and that we understand the importance of the greatest military alliance the world has ever known, which is NATO, and what we have done to preserve the ability of Zelensky and the Ukrainians to fight for their independence. Otherwise, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv with his eyes on the rest of Europe, starting with Poland. And why don't you tell the 800,000 Polish Americans right here in Pennsylvania how quickly you would give up for the sake of favor and what you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch.
Vice President Harris, thank you. We've heard from both of you on Ukraine tonight. Afghanistan came up in the last hour. I wanted her to respond to something you said earlier, and please, I'll give you a minute here.
Putin would be sitting in Moscow, and he wouldn't have lost 300,000 men and women, but he would have been sitting in Moscow. Quiet, please. He would have been sitting in Moscow.
She's interrupting him too. Nah, this is. Like, I get it, he's interrupting her, but, like, she's interrupting him, too, now. I'm actually noticing more of her with him than the other way around, so...
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm honest. I'm not... The thing of it is, I'm more of a neutral view on this, because I don't really like either of them, but, like, I'm just straight up saying it. Kamala's kind of being more of the jerk here.
Happier than he is right now, but eventually, you know, he's got a thing that other people don't have. He's got nuclear weapons. They don't ever talk about that. He's got nuclear weapons. Nobody ever thinks about that. And eventually, maybe he'll use them, and maybe he hasn't been that threatening, but he does have that. Something we don't even like to talk about. Nobody likes to talk about it. But just so you understand, they sent her to negotiate peace before this war started. 3 days later, he went in and he started the war because everything they said was weak and stupid. They said the wrong things. That war should have never started. She was the emissary. They sent her in to negotiate with Zelensky and Putin, and she did. And the war started 3 days later. And that's the kind of talent we have with her. She's worse than Biden. In my opinion, I think he's the worst president in the history of our country. She goes down as the worst vice president in the history of our country. But let me tell you something. She is a horrible negotiator. They sent her in to negotiate. As soon as they left, Putin did the invasion.
President Trump, thank you. You did bring up something. You said she went to negotiate with Vladimir Putin. Vice President Harris, have you ever met Vladimir Putin? Can you clarify tonight?
Yet again, I said it at the beginning of this debate, you're going to hear a bunch of lies coming from this fellow. And that is another one. When I went to meet with President Zelensky, I've now met with him over 5 times. The reality is it has been about standing as America always should. as a leader upholding international rules and norms, as a leader who shows strength, understanding that the alliances we have around the world are dependent on our ability to look out for our friends and not favor our enemies because you adore strongmen instead of caring about democracy. And that is very much what is at stake here. The President of the United States is commander-in-chief, and the American people have a right to rely on a president who understands the significance of America's role and responsibility in terms of ensuring that there is stability and ensuring we stand up for our principles and not sell them for the benefit of personal flattery.
We've talked about Ukraine and Vladimir Putin. I do want to talk about Afghanistan. It came up in the first hour of this debate. I want to move on to Afghanistan.
Stoltenberg said Trump did the most amazing thing I've ever seen. He got these countries, the 28 countries at the time, to pay up. He said, I've never seen, he's the head of NATO. He said, I've never seen. For years, we were paying almost all of NATO. We were being ripped off by European nations, both on trade and on NATO. I got them to pay up by saying one of the statements you made before, if you don't pay, we're not going to protect you. Otherwise, Trump, we would have never gotten it. He said it was one of the most incredible jobs that he's ever seen done.
Thank you. I want to turn to Afghanistan. It came up in the first hour of the debate, and we witnessed a poignant moment today on Capitol Hill, honoring the soldiers who died in the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. I do want to ask the Vice President, do you believe you bear any responsibility in the way that withdrawal played out?
Well, I will tell you, I agreed with President Biden's decision to pull out of Afghanistan. 4 presidents said they would, and Joe Biden did. And as a result, America's taxpayers are not paying the $300 million a day we were paying for that endless war. And as of today...
Anyways, they've already talked about Afghanistan, didn't they? Yeah, they did. So I'm just gonna skip over it. It's probably about it.
We will do that for all people, understanding that the value I bring to this is that access to health care should be a right and not just... I have a plan. We're going to invest in the aspirin.
Turn black, and now she wants to be...
The work that we must do to uphold the strength and the respect of the United States of America around the world.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump, your response to her saying that you began the negotiations with the Taliban.
So, if you take a look at that period of time, the Taliban was killing our soldiers, a lot of them, with snipers. And I got involved with the Taliban because the Taliban was doing the killing. That's the fighting force within Afghanistan. They don't bother doing that because, you know, they deal with the wrong people all the time. But I got involved. And Abdul is the head of the Taliban. He is still the head of the Taliban. And I told Abdul, don't do it anymore. You do it anymore, you're going to have problems. And he said, why do you send me a picture of my house? I said, you're going to have to figure that out, Abdul. And for 18 months, we had nobody killed. We did have an agreement negotiated by Mike Pompeo. It was a very good agreement. The reason it was good, it was we were getting out. We would have been out faster than them, but we wouldn't have lost the soldiers. We wouldn't have left many Americans behind, and we wouldn't have left $85 billion worth of brand new, beautiful military equipment behind. And just to finish, they blew it. The agreement said you have to do this, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it. The agreement was terminated by us because they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
I want to move on.
And these people did the worst.
Well, yeah, now he's actually starting to win now he's starting to yap and win. He's like, I want to move on. Okay, I see how it's going.
Withdrawal, and in my opinion, the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And by the way, that's why Russia attacked Ukraine, because they saw how incompetent she and her boss are.
President Trump, thank you. I want to move on now to race and politics in this country. Mr. President, you recently said of Vice President Harris, quote, I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. I want to ask a bigger picture question here tonight. Why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what she is. I don't care. You make a big deal out of something, I couldn't care less. Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so I'm asking.
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her. That's up to me on the Central Park 5. They admitted, they said, they pled guilty.
Oh my goodness, what?
Their hard work. I have a plan, $6,000 for young families for the first year of your child's life to help you in that most critical stage of your child's development. I have a plan that is about allowing people to be able to pursue what has been fleeting in terms of the American dream by offering a help with down payment of $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. That's the kind of conversation, I believe, David, that people really want tonight, as opposed to a conversation that is constantly about belittling and name-calling. Let's
I mean, you were kind of name-calling him, but okay. We'll move on, we'll move on.
New manufacturing jobs while I have been vice president. We have all Americans and focus on what we can do over the next 10 and 20 years to build back up our country by investing right now in you, the American people.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump?
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it? She should leave right now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it, and you won't do it because you believe it. Right now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it, and you won't do it because you believe in things that the American people don't believe in. You believe in things like we're not going to frack, we're not going to take fossil fuel, we're not going to do things that are going to make this country strong, whether you like it or not. Germany tried that, and within 1 year they were back to building normal energy plants. We're not ready for it. We can't sacrifice our country for the sake of bad vision. But I just ask one simple question. Why didn't she do it? We're a failing nation. We're a nation that's in serious decline. We're being laughed at all over the world. All over the world, they're laughed. I know the leaders very well. They're coming to see me. They call me. We're laughed at all over the world. They don't understand what happened to us as a nation. We're not a leader. We don't have any idea what's going on. We have wars going on in the Middle East. We have wars going on with Russia and Ukraine. We're going to end up in a third world war, and it'll be a war like no other because of nuclear weapons, the power of weaponry. I rebuilt our entire military. She gave a lot of it away to the Taliban. She gave it to Afghanistan. What these people have done to our country, and maybe toughest of all, is allowing millions of people to come into our country. Many of them are criminals, and they're destroying our country.
Man, what a closing statement. That is so long. It's not even done yet. Oh, jeez, I'm dying inside, man. This is such a long stream. 2.5 hours. And it's it's 11 o'clock.
The worst president, the worst vice president in the history of our country.
President Trump, thank you. And that is our ABC News presidential debate from here in Philadelphia at the National Constitution Center. I'm Lindsay Davis.
And I'm David Muir. Thank you for watching here in the U.S. and all over the world, and from all of us here at ABC News. Good night.
And welcome back to NBC News coverage of the debate. Pick your adjective.
Woo! We are done with the debate finally. Oh man, only took us about 2.5 hours.
Well, maybe those 2.5 hours would ensure if you wouldn't just keep fucking pausing every damn minute.
Well, half an hour of that is us playing guard to phone. You know that, right?
True.
Also, commentary, buddy. It's either that or I have to write a paper, and I ain't writing that 2.5 long, two-page paper, because I'm lazy. and I don't want to do it. And no.
In my opinion, I'm pretty sure Trump is gonna win.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. He is gonna win.
How are you sure about that?
Yes.
Evidence?
Yes, he is gonna win.
Evidence?
Well, what he said when with other democratic presidents were in Russia and North Korea and China, were getting very threatening. But when Trump was in, they started acting like good boys.
Yeah. That's one issue out of all of them. But okay. I'm not saying that Kamala is good. I'm just saying there is a chance that she might win. Like she was interrupting Trump and she was avoiding her stances on a lot of subjects, but like at the same time, a lot of people are just gonna vote for her because she's not Trump and they don't like Trump.
Yeah, but
I mean, like I get the Ukraine war, but like you also have to understand, Trump is 100% against abortion, which almost all Americans are not. So.
But he did put a great statement. Just as you said earlier, imagine someone that's 9 months pregnant and decide, nope, not anymore, and then boom.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't like that. I want a middle ground. Like I said,
it isn't bad, but at the same time, it isn't good.
Like I said, 3 months should be like the time limit on regular.
No, 2 months because in 3 months it's already creating itself. So in the second month, it's your final choice if you want it or not. If you want it, then no more backy talksies. You can't just decide to abort it later.
The only reason I say 3 is because sometimes doctors are slow.
True, but still.
That's literally the only reason I say 3 months.
What else? What else?
The other thing is like, who Trump supports in the Russian-Ukraine war, which I agree with him on who he supports, but I mean he still supports them. I'm not going into further detail. Anyways.
No one, Harris. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on democracy since the Civil War, and tomorrow's 9/11.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, really, just yeah. I really think it's leaning more towards Trump. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm supporting Trump in this because Harris is just too much for me.
Yeah.
I don't care how left you are. I am, but like, what I do care about is how liberal you are, and well, how do I say this? I don't want LGBTQ shoved down my throat how heavily it was for the past 4 years. I will say that publicly. I don't want to shove down that much. And I feel like under Harris it'll probably be even worse because she's even farther left than Biden, even farther liberal. Biden's more in the center.
Bruh. Okay, so she blamed Trump for the border crisis, and then recently a fucking video pop up of of her being appointed border star and accepting the position. Like,
bro, it's not Trump's fault. Look, there are a lot of things that Trump did bad. No doubt about it. He says he handled COVID correctly. No, he did not. I have like 1 million deaths in the United States to prove that he did not handle it correctly. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's one I have to go against. Like, bitch, he didn't even wear a mask. Which is funny.
And when they made him do it, he made sure his nose was still outside the mask.
Yep.
Like, bruh. But yeah, no. So overall, really, they're both bad, but like Trump is slightly better.
Yep.
I really wanted someone else besides Harris in there for Democrats.
God damn it! Imagine
She
if it
wasn't
was
even
Biden.
elected. She wasn't even elected for the party. Biden just gave her all of his votes, and she automatically won because Biden had the majority of the Democratic votes. So that was not very democratic of them.
Imagine if it was Biden, like he still stayed.
I would have preferred Biden over this.
Would have been another funny one.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know anymore. It's just, yeah, overall,
Chaos.
Trump was being racist in it, though.
Yeah, that is true.
That was one bad thing. But on the same coin, Harris was interrupting him a lot, which everyone expected Trump to be the one doing interruptions, but no, it was Harris actually this time. So, ugh. All I gotta say is Harris is probably like the worst Democratic candidate I've seen ever, or even heard of. And Trump is probably not the worst Republican candidate, but like one of the worst ones I could think of for Republicans.
All right.
Anyways, that's my final statement, and yeah, with that being